The reason why we have so much relationship problems nowadays is because we're watching everybody else's relationships.
Oh,
That's why.
talk to him.
We're looking for the foundation or the blueprint from somebody else's relationship to put it into our relationship, and it doesn't work.
Talk to him.
So that's the reason why we have to get off of social media, stop watching other people live their lives and live your own, bro.
Yes, sir, Ski. This is the Hood Analysts podcast. We talk about that real hood. Shh. Now y'all know y'all gonna get an episode from us in the meantime while we getting everything going with the podcast. But first, y'all know y'all gotta
Like, subscribe, and share. Because we drop Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikToks every single day.
absolutely. So look, this is the Hood Analysts podcast where we talk about that real hood shit. So I got some real questions right here. Some real questions. They kind of philosophical. Y'all clowned me before. On one of the clips, I'm a deep thinker, but I really am. So even though me and him, we spend a lot of time together, we grow close, you never really know a person. So a lot of these questions here even got me thinking. So I want to see what y'all think too. First question. The first two for the video, I'm think gonna be funny and impactful, but then we're gonna get into the deep shit. But the first question, on average, how many men do you think women talk to or are talking to when you meet them? On average, how many guys do you think they talking to you when you meet them?
They got a whole all-star team.
An all-star team?
Yes. Basketball. At least 15. At least 15.
15?
15 guys.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. Let me stop. They got to start in 5 and they got a bench, right? So they always got 5 guys they're at least talking to.
All right. I'm gonna tell you what I really think. I think I'm gonna get deep here. So if I'm meeting a woman, I'm thinking she's talking to her ex. If her and her ex didn't go off on super huge bad terms,
Yeah, that's actually very
he's
true.
in her back pocket.
Yeah.
That's
true.
one guy.
That's one.
Uh,
The one that she had a candidate before you. That's the next guy.
okay.
The one that she was fucking with before. I'm not talking about an ex. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
just
talking to.
Yeah.
But then you intrigued her more than him.
Okay, so whoever she's entertaining at the moment.
Yes.
That's 2 guys. The ex, whoever she's entertaining at the moment. I mean, I'm technically, since I'm meeting her, I'm technically the guy that she's kind of maybe might give a chance.
Yeah. But you don't count in that.
Yeah,
in that equation.
I don't count. Okay, so
it's literally 2 guys so far.
it depends on where she works at. It could be
Her work husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say on average, just being realistic, I would think that they at least got 3 guys that they could have at the crib tonight if they picked up the phone and was like, come over.
I mean, technically, they could have any guy at the crib if they really just reach out. To be honest with you.
But I mean,
Any.
So guys that they're willing to, the woman is willing
willing to give up.
Yeah. I would say at least
3. At least 3.
Okay.
That's actually smart. Okay. I like that.
So, all right, we got that one out the way. That was the real answer. I know a lot of y'all probably thought it would be skyrocket way much higher, but I think on average, 3.
3. Yeah. We're not talking about body counts here.
Yeah, we're not. Okay. So now we can get into the deeper questions here. These questions I think are going to inspire the conversation a little bit more. Justin.
Damn, but stop putting my government out there, bro.
Shit.
I won't be here like.
Okay. What do you think is the most ethical way to end a relationship?
Okay, let's use better terms because people can't read.
Okay, all right.
So,
all right.
What is the best way to end the relationship? Because using the word ethical, people don't even.
I like to assume people are smart.
Don't do that.
Nah. They Look, I'm telling you, when you assume people stupid, that's how you get fooled.
Yeah, but most people do read on the 5th grade level.
Yeah, but it's people out there that.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
And I like to assume they smart, and if they prove me wrong, then it's easy.
True. All right, so
how would you end a relationship?
The best way to end a relationship, and this is how normal human beings are supposed to end relationships, is having that conversation and just literally putting out that what's wrong, why do you want to end it, and try to leave it up on good terms.
Okay.
That's how you're supposed to end a relationship.
So when you say how you're supposed to, you think like that's the best way in general for most people to end relationships. Yes. Have a conversation.
Being transparent and being honest on why you're leaving the relationship or why you can't do this anymore. Instead of leading people on to have their own thoughts and observations.
No closure.
And no closure. Like that's not a good thing.
I agree with that. I would say that I agree with that as being the best way to end a relationship. Some people don't agree with that though. Some people just like to ghost.
Yeah, ghost is another one. And it's not good.
No contact.
If you ghost somebody, especially in a relationship, especially if you guys have been in a relationship for a pretty decent amount of time, I would say anything after like 3 months, and that's not a decent time for a long relationship, but good enough to know the person to where ghosting will hurt them. That's not a good thing. And honestly, ghosting is actually a term that people do that is because they can't see themselves. They're scared of that conversation.
Yeah, the confrontation part.
Yeah, they're scared of that. So that's why they just alleviate themselves out the situation so that they don't have to deal with that that backlash.
But I mean, you can't lie though. Sometimes it is hard as hell to break up with a girl.
No, it is, but it's even harder as on her for not giving her that reason on why you didn't want to pursue the relationship, or even vice versa for a woman not telling a man why she wants to leave.
Okay, so what if it's like
because you'll put like this, you'll sit there, either or, men or women. When somebody ghosts you after you've been dealing with them for such a long time, you're in your head like, why? Like, what happened? You're trying to figure out why, and you're still stuck on them.
I feel that. Okay, now, so you're saying, okay, having a conversation about it and giving an explanation are two different things.
Yes.
Because a conversation is, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm just letting you know face to face, it's over. The person saying why, you think that person has to explain why?
They don't have to, but I'm saying it's better if you do, but it's just good enough as basis that you were there to have that personal conversation. Some people don't even have that conversation.
True.
But if you can give an explanation, you put a lot of things to bed, and you should know in your heart that you gave the person a reason, and whatever they seek to do with that information, it's up to them now. It's their choice.
That is true. I don't know. Because, I mean, half of me want to say, you do owe them an explanation, and then half of me is like, sometimes, I do understand sometimes where it's just like, you just done. Like, you don't want to tell... I don't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah, I get that, but then put like this. You always have to think about how you would feel in that person's shoes.
True. Very true.
So that's the reason why I move around in the sense of I don't want done to me what I wouldn't do to other people.
Okay, I respect that. I hear that. That's a good point. What do you think is the role of friendship inside of a romantic relationship? Because on the internet, we all like to get up here and cap and be like, you supposed to be this strong Hulk and never smile in front of your girl, having fun with your girl. Like, that's not realistic. We know that we want our girl, my girl at least, I want her to be my best fucking friend. How do you agree with that?
Yes. Because how the hell are you supposed to be in a long-term relationship and you're not a friend with the person that you're in the relationship with? Like, after the sex, you're going to hate the person.
That's why the whole internet is in an uproar right now, because they don't even be liking the people they be with. They
don't even be knowing the people that they be with. They be over here just giving it to strangers and they expect that You're just gonna like the person. You don't even know him.
You just
don't
like
even know
what
the
they
name.
got. You just like what the person got.
Yeah, so stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta be friends within the relationship. That's the reason why the relationship is able to stay longer is because you guys are actually have a common basis of things that you like to do together.
Word.
If you don't know that, then how are you gonna be able to be around that person besides the sex?
Word. That's a fact, man. That's why, like, another reason why I think when relationships end, it be so hard to get over because you lose like your companion, your friend, like.
Yeah, the person that you spend the most time with, of course, you're gonna feel something if you're a normal human being.
Word, that's a fact, man.
And not heartless.
A lot of my girls was some great friends. I was just talking to one of my a girl that I used to deal with in the past on the phone, and yeah, she's a good person. It was.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. All right, so now speaking about the friendship within the relationship. Okay. Now let's talking about how when simping is good for men.
Okay.
All right. Everybody's going around saying that, all men are simps and this, that, and that, and they always they want the simp, but always downplay the simp at the same time, which makes no sense, right?
Yep.
Now, simping is not bad for the right person. If you're simping for your wife, and this is your partner, your girl, there's no problem in simping for her.
If she reciprocates.
But if she's reciprocating the same thing that you were. Now, the only time it's bad is when you're simping after a girl that shows no reciprocation whatsoever.
Absolutely. Because we all do it. We all.
It's natural. If you love your girl or you like your girl so much, you're gonna want to do shit for her.
Word. That's a fact.
And say vice versa for the lady. She's gonna want to do shit for her man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But you look crazy just being on a one end, just keep on doing shit for somebody. You look crazy even outside of a relationship.
It's because the internet defines certain actions and gestures into one word, like simping, and then makes it
just bad.
They just throw it around everywhere. You can't do nothing for your girl or you're simping. Like,
do whatever you want for your girl, whatever makes her happy, if she's making you happy.
Word, yeah. She just got to reciprocate. Now, I just don't understand how we got to a world to where we live in where, I do kind of understand it, but it's on both parties. Dudes, I don't understand how y'all are willing to pay to play. And shorties, I don't understand how y'all are willing to sell to excel. I don't know, but
that was good.
I don't understand it. I just know it's short term. It doesn't last.
Nobody wants long term anything anymore, bro. They can't see past next month.
I think they do want it. I just think that
no, they don't, because if you would think long term, you would do long term things. If you think that you're gonna sell to excel, you're not gonna get anything.
Okay, so do you think that most people? All right. In my life, when I wanted to make hardcore changes with certain habits and certain contradictions or whatever that I had, shout out to Schoolboy Q, he got an album called Habits and Contradictions. Certain things that I would get up in the mirror and want to change about myself or evolve about myself. I truly wanted to change, but I would relapse or revert. Do you think most people are in that bag with their mental, or do you think they think that they just heathens, like they wake up like demon time? Which one do you think is more? Like more people struggling trying to change? Because that's what I believe. I think they trying to get right. And I speak to them like that.
No, most people don't want to change ever. It's the truth. People are too comfortable with themselves. And that's the reason why we have the bullshit going on right now, is because everybody, it's being enticed to just not change. You're good as you are. And whatever you say is right. And I'm talking about women, but
Niggas live that life too, though.
There's niggas that live that life too. I know. But that's why I said mostly women. But because, no kind of accountability. But no, people don't want to change, bro.
Okay.
People, you know what it is? Change is too hard, bro. Change is a conflict. Change is different. Change is uncomfortable. So that's why people don't want to change. They know that it's better for them, but do I really want to go through that journey to get there? And people want guarantees nowadays. They don't want, oh, maybes or 30% this, maybe I could do this. No, they want 100% guarantee that whatever they're going to do, they're going to get. So guess what? 100% guarantee if I don't go to work, I'm not going to get paid. I don't want to be lazy, so I will stay here.
Yeah, the instant gratification.
It's crazy nowadays.
Okay. So I think this is a pretty good question to ask a dude that has a good voice on social media. People listen to what you say. So, just how do you distinguish between love and attachment? I think a lot of people get those two things confused.
Attachment is all emotional, and love is actually some parts logical.
Okay, that's a different
because I could love somebody, and because they're doing bad for themselves, even though I know that they're not gonna like me because of what I'm gonna say, but I want the best for them because I love them. I'm willing to say those things. But if when you're attached to somebody and you're all emotional, you want them to be happy every single time, regardless of whether it's a detriment or not.
Oh.
And you go through extreme lengths to maintain that attachment. With love, you can let somebody go and still love them.
Have you ever been in an attachment or love?
Like me being attached to somebody?
Yeah.
No, never in my life.
Never?
Never. I'm too logical to be attached to anything. That's how addiction comes through.
Nah, I got an addictive personality. I think I've been attached before. I had to wake up, but I definitely been attached.
But you were able to wake up. But I'm saying that I'm too logical to be attached out here because I know how attachment allows people to not think logically or not see things that they should have seen. So I would never be attached to anything. That's why it leads to addiction. So you just cut that shit out.
Dang, you never had a pussy that was just like,
No.
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 You making me feel like I'm weak.
No. That's why, bro. Of course, I'm gonna keep hitting it, but I think I'm gonna get attached. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wife her because she got good ass.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. All right. Well, that's what I mean. Like,
it has to be a person attached to it.
Okay, so with an attachment, you're saying, all right. When people say love, we think positive qualities. Everything is great. We're in love. With an attachment, are you basically saying that there's negative outcomes to it being attached to someone?
Yes, because you do not.
What are some of those negative attachment things?
You disregard all red flags.
Ooh.
You disregard all disrespect.
Ooh.
When you're attached to something, you're literally seeing that person, you're holding on to them, but they also are breaking your arm at the same time and you're not feeling anything. You can love somebody and still be attached to them, but have enough love to let them go. When you're completely attached, you're hanging on for dear life. You're not ever letting go because you're so attached to this person.
Okay. That was good. All right, I'm asking you personally again. Do you think that true love can exist in a relationship without physical attraction?
Hell no.
You have to be physically attracted.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And not even just physical attraction, you also have to be physically engaged to that person.
So you think that people, all right, now there might be people that say you might be shallow for that. Do you think that
that's a normal human human thing? We are visual creatures. And not just men, women are also visual creatures too. We have our eyesight. We're gonna go lean towards things that we are attracted to visually first before we gain to know any more information. That person could be your soulmate because they meet every other aspect that you want out of your partner, but because they're not physically attractive, you would never know that.
Okay. All right. Do you think that jealousy is a natural part of a relationship, or do you think that the person experiencing the jealousy just has insecurity issues?
It's a little bit of both. If you're not jealous, a little bit jealous towards your partner, then you really don't care for them. You don't care for them. Because why would you want somebody else to have what's yours? And jealousy is on a scale. It's on different scales. Like you can be jealous to anything that happens, and you're gonna come out their neck for your jealousy part. But of course, you could be a little bit jealous and not say anything about it.
True. Very true.
If the guy that's more handsome than you is looking at your girl, and she's smiling and everything like that, knowing that your girl, that she's loyal to you, you're gonna still be jealous because guess what? You have a thought that what you have could be gone. That's what jealousy is. It's a thought that something that you have or something that you're trying to obtain can be gone. So that's why, or something that you haven't obtained yet.
Okay.
So how motherfuckers be jealous of other motherfuckers because they got money. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
They could have the same car, but his look cleaner, and you're jealous of that.
You can only envy what you want.
Exactly.
Okay, so on the internet, we throw this word around a lot. In a relationship, what does commitment mean to you? We hear it thrown around a lot, but that's another subjective term. How do you define commitment? Like, what are you asking out of a woman when you say she's committed to you?
Commitment means loyalty. That's what it is.
And what does that consist of? What behaviors?
Loyalty is showing up every single day throughout whatever, because we plan on one thing that we decided together. Loyalty is mean that when you are mad at me still, you're still going to be by my side. That's loyalty. That's commitment. I don't care for love, because love fades.
See, now that's the part that I think that women don't understand, because you just made me think of another question from your answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the main reason why men take so long to choose the woman that they're going to marry.
Yes.
With that being said, on average, how long do you think you would have to date or be seeing a woman or be girlfriend and boyfriend with a woman until you know that she's capable of marriage? How many years?
Well, I would say back then it used to be like six months to a year. Back then. Now you don't really ever know, bro. I'll be 100% honest with you. Because I done seen a lot of things where, I've been with this girl for 10 plus years and then boom, this happens. You won't never know. But realistically, I'm gonna say about 3 years.
Okay.
Because 3 years, you could be able to tell the tendencies of a person and how they really are.
Yeah, I think 3 years is my minimum. Yeah. Maybe.
And then also, too, it's a difference between knowing somebody and just meeting them and seeing them and being around them. And it's another thing with living with them.
That's true. That's a fact.
So if you didn't live with them for at least a year before you made that decision, I don't think you should be making that decision.
Okay, all right. Justin, how do you handle different levels of ambition in a relationship?
It depends who has the ambitions.
What if both of y'all have high ambition? What if one of y'all has high ambition and one has low? What if someone's struggling with where they're trying to go and maybe lost a little bit and don't know what they want to do? How have you handled situations like that in the past?
I'm the type of person as such that I'm going to push anybody that's around me. So if I see that you're a person that can't be pushed or that doesn't want better for themselves at all, I'm not going to be around that person. Because my thing is, if you're going to be around me, just give the best of what you can do. That's the only thing that I ask. You don't have to be a complete super exceller, but if you're doing the best of your ability of what you can do, that's enough for me.
Okay. This word is thrown around a lot on the internet as well. We could go a little bit deeper dive into this. When I ask a real person how he feels about this. So I'm sure you've maybe dealt with your own personal traumas or women that have had traumas while you were dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
How have you dealt with that in a relationship?
Like their past personal traumas and my
yours
own.
or yep. How do you navigate that?
Okay, so if you have past traumas of trust like issues and what for a relationship, I'd say the only way that you are able to go through a next relationship with that is this is when you're ready. You have to be ready by yourself. You have to figure out yourself and the things that you want to do before you could even think about taking on another partner. But I will say that you have to learn to let go.
Mm.
That's how you deal with trauma in a relationship. You have to learn to let go. Because it's not fair to the person that doesn't know anything about you to let that trauma in the past that you've dealt with affect the relationship.
That is so, it's people need to hear that. That is so true. That is so true. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you're going through serious things like that. Now, see, I just said that and I want to believe it, but that made me think of another question. What if someone is going through something serious while you with them? And it's like, it's affecting the way that they show up in the relationship. How, like,
now again, it's on the other person. Now, say if I was going through something serious and I have a partner in a relationship, it's up to me to say whether I can't do this relationship because what I'm dealing with is affecting me to the point where I can't show up in the relationship, or you dial back what you're dealing with to allow the person into your situation and help you get out of it.
True.
Because sometimes you can be in a bad situation, but another person can help, even if they're just a person to talk to.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in this world that don't have anybody to talk to. That's why we have a world full of crash outs.
Yeah. That's a fact.
All that emotional built up rage, they have to have a channel to let it out somewhere.
And I would say they feel like they have no one to talk to. They feel like they're alone. But I think that we go through a lot of similar issues.
Yeah, we all do, but a lot of people handle it a different way. And some people have higher tolerances than others.
Absolutely.
Something that may affect you, that's something that I would think it's simple.
Absolutely.
But I would say this about trauma, and especially with men, we're told to keep on performing, regardless of whether the trauma is there or not.
Do you think that's healthy?
It's not healthy, but that's what we grew up on. Because put like this, and I know why why the backstory on that, on why they tell us this, is because men were warriors at one point. As a soldier, to be at 100% peak efficiency and to be able to come home the next day, you got to put away all that shit that you're dealing with, bro, and perform. Because if you don't perform, you die. And that's the same mentality that we have for men as now. If you don't go outside and work, and you don't go outside and perform for the family and do what you're supposed to do to bring home to support the family, your family is going to crumble.
Absolutely.
But what's the problem about that is that most women, actually, I won't even say most women, some women don't understand that and only care about their selfish needs when their man is doing everything that he can possible to make sure that you're okay.
That is true.
And you don't care for that. And that's the reason why men have the boiling point. Because imagine fighting a battle outside, fighting your own personal battles, and then fighting a battle at home. When do you ever get to rest? You're going to be out just fighting battle all your life. And nobody talks about that.
Okay. So, in a relationship, this one is not really thrown around on the internet a lot, but it's a part of the relationship talk that a lot of people leave out. Everybody needs different levels of this. When it comes to personal space in a relationship, how do you define that? What does that mean to you? Personal space.
Personal space in a relationship is supposed to allow you to let you miss the person that you're away from.
Okay, that's a good purpose for it.
It's called supply and demand. If you always have the supply, it's no longer in demand. So you have to be able to not push away that person, but at least distance yourself from that person enough to where you think about them. Like, okay, like you're doing something to the point where you're not thinking about them, but then now you're at that point where like, oh shit, like where's my baby?
Okay, so let's get really deep into this in nuance.
Mm-hmm.
Is personal space going in a different room in the house, or is personal space
Just
getting
being
in the
outside the
car
house.
and going bowling with your boys?
Now, yeah, there's levels to it. So if you're in the house, in the same room with the same person, I don't care who you are and how much in love you are with the person, you're gonna start to hate that person. All right. I don't care what nobody says. Right. So now it's levels of personal, and this is what I think for a relationship, right? For it to be healthy and people be with their personal space. You have your alone time with each other. You have your time with other people. You have time apart in the same space. You know that they're there upstairs or downstairs, but you're not doing the same thing together. And then you have enough time away from each other outside the house. So that the alone time always seems sacred, always seems that you never take it for granted.
Okay.
That's what it's supposed to be.
All right. So you think it's important to keep like your own identity in a relationship?
Yes, people have to be able to have their own personal thoughts and own personal space. At that point, you're not yourself. If you're in a relationship 24/7 and you're with that person 24/7 in the same space with that person 24/7.
So I mean, I think that's how a lot of relationships go nowadays. They get together real fast, spend a whole bunch of time together, burn out real quick, get online, this nigga ain't shit, shorty cheated on me, whatever it is. I think maybe it's the role of social media, the instant gratification of you wanting everything right there, right now. I think that kind of plays into that personal space.
I will also say this too. The reason why we have so much relationship problems nowadays is because we're watching everybody else's relationships.
Oh,
That's why.
talk to
We're looking for the foundation or the blueprint from somebody else's relationship to put it into our relationship, and it doesn't work.
Talk to him.
So that's the reason why like we have to like get off of social media, stop watching other people live their lives and live your own, bro. Because what works for you guys it's not gonna work for another couple.
What do you define as the good life? Everybody on social media posts the traveling pics, they post the shining jewelry and all of that. Your personal description of
God.
your ideal life.
A good life is whatever makes you happy and whatever makes time seem like it's not abundant. So if time goes by fast when you're doing something, that means you're enjoying it. So that's your good life. Your good life is what you being able to smile while you're doing something that you never have enough time for. Now, whether that's traveling, whether that's driving somewhere, whether that's being at a nice restaurant, at a resort, being with your partner, whatever make time goes by fast and you're happy while doing it is and the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Not I won't say anytime you want, but a healthy enough time, throughout your life.
I know what you mean, yeah.
To be able to do it. But again, people are trying to figure out what a good life is to them through other people's experiences, what other people think is good life.
Dang.
So that's why they're so in their head like, oh, I know I want this, but this is what everybody's doing and this is what I should be as a good life and I can't get it, and that's why people are depressed.
That is true. The solution for me, I already gave y'all. I just don't watch people's stuff as much. And I know that's kind of an oxymoron to say because I'm making something for the internet. But he taught me that, people going out to seek content like this need the content like this. So, yeah, stop watching everybody's stories, watching your favorite celebrities and all that. I understand. It's cool. You want to see what they up to and all that. But you should be the celebrity in your own life. Like,
Yes.
I'm not braggadocious or anything like that, but I be feeling myself. I'm like, yo, this is my life. I can make it what I want.
I would say this. Social media is all for entertainment, right? It's all for excitement. But the only way that you're able to let that social media stuff and what you see not affect your life is by not allowing it to.
Yes.
You got to understand, once you put that phone down, anything that you read stays on the phone.
Yeah.
Like you know how they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Yeah.
Whatever you see on your phone stays on your phone. That does not go to your life.
That's a fact.
Like, oh, I'm going to watch another guy give a girl a Benz.
Yeah.
Now, baby, why you didn't give me a Benz? The fuck?
Yep.
Shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah. That was one of the most epic things to happen to human society. Being able to see what other people are up to in such...
Instead of go visit them to go see what they're up to, you're seeing it on your phone, so you don't have to go visit them now. And that's the reason why social media is so bad, because the in-person things don't happen no more.
All right, so we could just rant and talk a little bit then about whatever. I got some interesting questions here. What do you think are some of the most interesting inventions ever that changed society? And then what do you think will be invented in the future that's going to change us even more? Random thought experiment questions. I would have never guessed that instant messaging would come out, because I was still like 12, 13 years old. We had like, I would have never guessed that people would rather talk through just texting each other. Like when sidekicks and shit came out, I thought it was dumb as fuck. I was like, you could just call somebody. Like,
you know what it is?
What inventions do you think have really shaped and changed society? Like Uber is legendary. Like, I never saw that coming.
Nah, fuck that. Uber Eats, bro. The fact that you could put any type of restaurant on an app,
bro,
come on now. Before you had to call your Chinese food spot and be like, yo, can I get this, and that from a menu on a paper? The menu's on the phone now. Like you could just click. You don't even have to talk to nobody. And you get your food delivered to your front door.
Instant.
I think Uber Eats was the greatest.
I still remember the conversations when I used to be like, yo, I wish
McDonald's delivered.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck, I'm tired of going there, bro.
And then it's here, and then like people just not take it for granted, but like it's it's not like.
I mean, people take the phone for granted, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you can literally do your whole entire motherfuckers is making millions of dollars on their phone every day.
Yep.
When have you ever heard that, bro?
Word.
People that was cold calling people on landlines to get your sale through the phone wasn't even making millions of dollars. They had a whole team of them doing it. Now there's one person, one phone, creating content, making millions of dollars through their phone, bro.
How do you think the world is going to look in 2035?
We're not going to have phones anymore, bro. Everything is going to be intellectually just, you think of it, it's going to happen.
You really think it like by 2035?
Yes.
Basically like 10 years.
Like, bro, we're going to have like, not even like they're going to cut out our Coronas, right? Put something on our film of our lids or whatever. And then now we're going to be able to access our phone like a HUD screen. We're not even going to have a need for a phone anymore. Because, bro, what more could they do with the phone that's going to be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, we definitely been having the same phone
forever.
Forever,
literally. It just gets bigger.
I remember touchscreen used to be fire.
Yeah.
Then
it gets bigger, and now you could be able to open your phone and fold it out. And like now it's a tablet. Because what more could they do with phones? They can't really do too much more. That's going to be like, oh, my God. This is crazy. Like when the iPhone 4 came up, that changed the fucking entire game.
Yeah, it did. I don't know. I mean, I think about where the world is heading all the time. What things could come out? What about like Chat GPT and AI and stuff like that? How do you?
Well, since there's the AI and AI has been really getting up there, you women gonna have your perfect man, bro.
I'm so glad you said that.
You women gonna have your perfect man, bro.
It might be up here on Facebook still. I should have liked the post, but I saw a girl on Facebook talking about her AI boyfriend, basically, like how she loved them.
You know how crazy
she said that she loved
sounds
talking to him.
Insanity. We're going towards insanity, bro. That's what we're doing.
I mean, do you think we're in a real
How
time?
do you love a computer?
all right, I don't know if I'm the only person. I never really shared this with anybody on the planet. Do you feel like sometimes that you're in deja vu? Like
that it happened before?
Yes. Like when as technology progresses and as stuff progresses, the birth rates are kind of declining. Relationships in real time, men and women are not getting along on an overall scale. AI robots coming out. Like sometimes I feel like I remember this.
Well, I could tell you it sounds like a book that is leaning towards The Giver.
I can't remember the details of that book. I read it in grammar school, though.
Everything is in black and white. Actually, sorry, everything is in gray. And you're not allowed to have relationships. And you're not allowed to have emotions, basically.
That's what that book was about?
Yes.
Damn, why can't I remember it at all?
It was literally...
That sounds like an amazing book, though.
And the people that was inside of the book was fighting to be able to see color. I would say this: everything in the future is going to be leaning towards individuality.
All right, elaborate.
Like you said, lower birth rates, lower relationship, higher divorce rates. Is leading towards
like that cyberpunk vibe where people are running around just with their own
agenda, own for yourself. But the only crazy part about that is that we need other people to replicate. So if people keep on this level to being so selfish about themselves, we're not gonna be able to advance,
sustain the society. Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know why, but I like I said, I feel like I remember this. Like I could kind of not see the future, guys, please, but like where things are kind of heading. Like even with women being more chanting the independence and owning it. Like, don't you see like later down the line in 2084, like this sci-fi world of just loners and high technology and shit.
Like I said, people are already sleeping with their phones more than they're sleeping with another person. People are inside playing video games instead of living their real life. People are watching other people live life and sitting in their house watching them through a TV screen.
When you say it out loud like that, it sounds crazy, but it's so common now that it's normal.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be into the point where nobody goes outside,
and it's just the people that just want to live life. They're gonna be outside living it, and other people just watching it. You think that the world is getting closer to that?
Yes. We have a lot of people nowadays that just don't want to do anything and interact with other people.
Do you think there'll ever be a good enough virtual world that's going to be created?
Yes.
That
remember, anything could be procured.
So I'm talking about that virtual world that niggas always dreamed of. Like you can go to that virtual world, and
it's gonna be so bad, so bad to the point where that person is gonna get it cut off and crash out. Because they don't want to go back to their regular world.
Do you think we'll ever reach a world where you don't have to live in the regular world? Because look, think about it. Humans, no one knows really where we came from. A lot of people think the space. A lot of people think monkeys. Whatever. No one really has this the answer, undisputable. So with that being said, from the evidence of what humans have done throughout history is make life more convenient.
Yes. And
the most convenient life would be
not having to live it.
You think that we would get to a place where it's like we have a kid? I don't even know if we're gonna be having kids anymore. Yeah. But like just straight virtual. I don't have to use my own. I don't have to risk my body. You think humans will get to that level?
At that point, you don't need a head. I mean, you don't need a body. They just take your head off and just put it in a Futurama.
Yeah, Futurama was one of my favorite fucking shows. I love that show.
It's literally gonna be Futurama.
You think so?
Yeah. And at that point, if you can sell virtual life so good to where you don't want to live your own, bro, that's insane, bro. And it's gonna have to be a part of a point where you have to get placed in that virtual world before you even live the real life. Because imagine that you know that this shit is fake every single time.
Okay, but all right, now, but this is how do we know that this right now is not fake and that this is just a virtual life? What if they make a virtual life that's better than this, where you don't even have to risk your life?
Yeah,
how does the person?
But you know it's fake because you had to live life first before you got put in the virtual.
So just because it being fake makes it...
Yes. A lot of motherfuckers try to say that I'm the realest person and they're willing to fucking go crazy over somebody that has fake jewelry. So imagine you living a fake life, bro. All
right, so I'm that's what I'm saying. I'm making the distinguishment between real and fake.
And you said
what is really real and what is really fake is what I'm asking.
You're living life now. It's real. If I throw you off a cliff, you're gone. You're done.
Yeah.
In a virtual life, you come back.
Okay, all right.
If I go here and literally punch you in your shit right now, you're gonna feel it.
Okay.
That's how you know it's real.
Okay. In a virtual life, you probably could feel it too. They probably get to that level where you could feel it.
Yeah, get to that level where you could feel it, but then
it won't hurt your physical body.
Yeah.
There's no consequences in a virtual life.
Say if you get shot.
That's even a more reason for people to want to do it.
Yeah, but you know it's fake still.
But all right, do you think there's more people on the planet that are like you that'll be like, I'll never do that. It's a fake ass world. I need the real shit. When I get hit, I want to feel it. Or do you think people are gonna be like, what? No consequences.
Yeah,
I'm there. Yeah. Fuck it.
That's why a lot of people do drugs. They want to escape life, reality. So,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. If the world is...
I would try it because it's fun just to do stupid shit. It's like a video game. But I'm going to want to go back to my real life because I know it's fake.
But what I'm saying is the rate that human beings are going, real life is going to become
fake,
obsolete.
Yes.
It's going to be no more...
And I don't want to be alive during that.
We were already talking about the community earlier. People don't really get together and do shit as much as they used to anymore.
Because the instant gratification of social media has made it so they literally, bro, social media has a direct correlation to your dopamine factor. Like you feel like you just had sex. And sex is supposed to be the best
highest feeling, yeah.
Exactly. So if they link that towards the gratification that likes and comments and all that engagement has on social media, motherfuckers is gonna keep chasing that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's why the birth rate is declining.
Yes.
Because people...
And abortions, but...
Yeah. People get that dopamine and that attention
so quickly.
Elsewhere. Yeah, they could get it.
Instead of going outside in life and living life, bro. And then now social media has gotten to the point where people think that they have options.
Do you think that we're going to integrate with AI? Like all right.
AI is going to integrate with us.
like Dragon Ball Z. I never would have predicted something like an Android 18 or 17 actually happening. But
Detroit Next Human is a perfect example of it.
Was that a movie?
No, so basically, I don't know if you ever played a game called Heavy Rain. The game, like, you could make choices. You're like a guy trying to find his son or whatever. But they made a game that was Detroit Next Human. Is basically symbiotics. So they're humans. They're not humans. They're cyborgs or whatever. Not even cyborgs. They're legit machines.
That used to be humans.
No, it used to be humans. They're so real.
You could mistake them for humans.
Exactly. Like, you would not be able to tell besides certain things that they do that you know humans don't do. Like, if they were to get hurt, they start fucking bleeding out blue blood.
Oh, okay,
you know?
okay.
So, when it gets to that point, yeah, bro, I don't want to be here for that. That's insane.
Because we still got a good chunk of life ahead of us. And things have, like, think about all the things that have came out since we fucking came out. When I was first born, cell phones were this big.
Showing your age there, Unc.
I don't care. I like philosophizing. I like.
But I will say this: you just said that back then, things that came out, right? The crazy part about it, all this thing has came out, and there's still not birth control for men. There's certain things that they don't want us to control. Because imagine if we had some.
I mean,
bro, the birth rate would be at the floor right now.
It's all. I mean, it's already.
No, but it'd be worse. Bro, there'll be no baby mamas. There'll be no baby daddies. Because you know whether you want to have the kid with somebody or not. And it's your choice now, not hers. I'm telling you, there's certain things that they could invent that they just don't want to. And they know male birth control is one of the things that if they gave men the ability to not have kids when they nut in a girl, the world would end. It would cease to exist.
I don't think that is possible. That's why.
No, it's possible.
Ours is like something that we don't have the kid, so we can't control the birth.
Yeah, but if you're able to find something,
the best that we could do is a condom.
Shoot blanks.
Yeah, that's a vasectomy. They already did that. Vasectomy.
No, but like a vasectomy without getting the surgery. That's the male birth control.
All right, like a temporary pill that you just don't nut.
Yes,
you nut, but you don't nut.
Yeah, for 3 months. Yeah.
That nigga.
Yeah, we would take them like Tic Tacs.
Niggas would they would probably stop growing.
No, not even that. Bro.
I don't think you can stop the male body from producing.
No, it produces it, but
it just blocks it.
Yeah, it blocks it. Yeah.
Nigga, your shit.
It just.
nigga. I don't think it's possible.
Bro, I'm gonna let you know right now, if male birth control came out, bro, that should be a multi-billion-dollar business.
I think it's condoms. That's the only thing.
A lot of motherfuckers don't use them. That's why you have kids.
Yeah.
So imagine no condom and no.
So basically, you saying
no ability to make kids.
So when you say male birth control, you're basically saying something that where you could still feel the sex totally, like not a condom, but you can still control the birth.
Yes.
I don't think
that's possible. If they allow women to have Plan B and birth control, it has to be one for us as well.
I don't think
they just don't want that because we wouldn't have kids.
Nah, I think it's too many niggas out here that would have tried to invent it already.
No,
I just think that
they don't want it on the market. If that's the question,
I don't think it can be.
Yes, it can.
I don't see how it can be done.
We're not scientists. That's what them to figure that shit out.
That is true. But I'm just saying it would have been done already.
No, there's a lot of things that could be done already. That's not being put out. There's hydrogen cars out there that could operate straight off of water, but it's not being put out for certain reasons.
Yeah.
You telling me right now that you go to Area 60, Area 64, whatever the fuck it's called, and they got Area 54, and they got stuff back there that the world don't know about that can't be put out.
Absolutely, that's true. Now I do agree with that 1000%, but I'm just gonna give you a little walk through my mind now. Growing up, I had that philosophy where it was like, they got shit that I wish I knew about that they holding from us.
Yes.
Which is true. I do believe that it's stuff out there like that. But as I've gotten older and more experienced, I've realized that there are some weird people who just are into weird shit, who invent weird shit that just catches on and goes viral all over the world, and they become rich and famous, and they barely know how to handle it. It's not that they have some agenda or vendetta against the people below them. It's like big movies where people be like, oh, these movies are showing the Illuminati and all, like, I just think that people are just into weird shit. Vampires and shit.
Yeah,
They just want to
no, of course. But we're talking about inventions here.
I think people overthink things sometimes.
Yeah, and that overthinking leads to actual reality sometimes because you never know what it is. You think that space was a thing that people thought about before going up there? It's like, there has to be something outside of the Earth that we could land on. That sounds crazy to a person that's never been to the space before, outside of being on a plane.
Yeah.
So you're telling me they can go to space, but they can't control the male hormones from not producing a child?
See, but that's two totally different things, though.
What you mean? It's two different things.
All right, it sounds easy, right? It sounds easy.
No, it's not.
But think about what
it's hard. Yes, it's hard. But going to the fucking moon is hard too.
I know.
From nothing.
But what I'm saying is, it's just.
Bro, they didn't even have phones back. They didn't have these back then, and people was outside on the moon, bro.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, it's just as hard. Like, we barely understand what's inside of us just as much as we understand what's outside of us. So what I'm saying is that for the advances that they had in technology already, the fact that they haven't came out with fucking Plan B for men is crazy. I don't think you can. That's why.
No, you definitely can't, bro. With a will, there's a way, bro.
Condoms. That's the furthest
you can poke them.
Yeah, but I know, but that's what I'm saying. The way the male body is, we don't have the kid, so you can't stop the birth.
We can stop the production of semen to create.
Yeah, I understand that, but think about what you're asking. You can't do that. Then the person won't be a man.
Yes, they would. They still produce sperm just like regular, but it just won't conceive a kid.
Listen to what you're saying. That's changing.
No.
That's impossible.
No, that's not impossible.
That's the way it is.
No. Just like how birth control, they can stop from they can get nutted into, right?
Uh-huh.
And still not have the kid because it's being blocked.
Yes.
They don't want to do it because we have niggas like us that would take that shit and feel all of the things and not have a kid ever.
I think, all right, now.
If it was up to us not to have kids, bro, it'd be rap, bro.
Okay, so now look. If that was true, with the way that the world is going right now, and if you do think that there is some sort of agenda, then they would come out with male birth control because it would help their agenda. Yes. That's why I think that is still...
because bro, you can't go to a complete extreme, bro. Now it's obvious. You gotta slowly get to that point. If you ever thought about a master plan, a real master plan, is something that people do not notice until it's there. They slowly get programmed into believing it's reality.
Absolutely.
That's the best way that you put up on
a master plan, yeah. So you saying they're gonna hit us with that like the finale?
Yes, they can if they want to. They already have it. They just don't want to bring it out.
So you already think that it already exists?
Yes.
That's a good question. Do y'all think male birth?
Come on now. There's billionaires out there that are fucking like thousands of fucking women and they don't have kids. Come on now, bro. Come on.
I mean, I never looked it up. Maybe there really is one already out there on the market.
Have you
ever looked up to see?
No, I'm not gonna look up. I'm not gonna look up to see because I know there's not one because it's not for us. We got to get money to get that.
I'm gonna put male birth control.
Yeah, good luck. Male birth control is you getting the snip. It's either that or pull out. One of the two. And I know a lot of you guys can't do that. So
the main forms of male contraception available today are condoms, vasectomy.
Yep.
So
it is the last infinity stone for men to have if we had male birth control. We would have no reason to have a kid unless we want to.
I hear that, but I think that I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but you're basically trying to stop. That's stopping life. You can't do that.
Exactly. That's why it's not coming out.
Exactly.
It's probably already in the works, as in it's already probably completed, but they can't put it out there because that's way too obvious.
I mean, it's not that it's way too obvious. It's that it would end the world.
Yeah. That's what I said. For us to have it is the last Infinity Stone, bro.
No,
that's the reason why women are allowed to have it, because guess what? It doesn't work 100% of the time. And we can't really control it, bro. We can go into 10 different girls and have 5 babies.
Yes.
They can only have 1 kid.
Yes.
So that's why we cannot have it.
No, it's not that it's not something I want to have. It's
oh no, I want to have it.
We do have it. It's called pull out.
Yeah. But you
can't stop life. Think about like the way the body is. Like we all like building male birth control would literally be the end of the world.
Yes. Because that's why it won't come out. But please, 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 make it an arm and a leg for you to have it or something like that, so that a lot of people don't have it. Because I'm telling you right now, you give me the ability to have male birth control, bro. Listen, you done gave me the last ring that I needed, bro, to not have any type of consequence.
How popular are vasectomies?
Not very popular.
They would be more popular if more men thought like the way that you thought.
Who wants to get a whole surgery just to not have it, bro? That's crazy, bro. And especially you have to have the money to get it too, because it's not something that's approved by your insurance.
So you're just saying a pill? If
it was able to pop a pill, just how you motherfuckers take perks, it'd be over. Male will have no accountability.
I mean, when you put it like that, maybe they could invent something that stops it for like an hour or two or something like that.
Yeah, even so, even an hour. So be like, I bet I'm about to go crazy and finish and know that I know that you. So what? I haven't gone for yo. I'll be popping that shit every time I have sex. So I know even if I fuck up, I'm good. But that's the problem. You never know when you fuck up until she calls you.
Have you ever had a pregnancy scare?
All I'm gonna say is that I didn't slip up, and the person was making me think that it was that. But I will say that's the worst feeling that you can have inside of your life, because it's out of your control completely. I don't wish that on any male. Nope. Mm-mm. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, bro. Them pregnancy scares, bro. Listen, I tell you, if you don't got it like that, bro. If you don't trust yourself, you're not confident in your Jimmy down there, bro. Put a condom on, bro. I don't care, bro. You got to. You got to. Because the fact that you're about to deal with a life full of fucking situation over 15 minutes is insane to me, bro. Insane. Is those 15 minutes really worth it? Like, imagine the Minutemen, bro. Oh, what happened? Now you about to have a kid over a minute, bro. You got to go through 18 years of whatever you about to deal with over a minute.
Some people just adopt the identity and just, you know what? We together. I'm the dad. We gonna be together.
Yeah, some people do. I'm not gonna lie, they do.
Let's see.
10:30. 2:30.
For you, in a relationship, is it more important for you to love or be loved?
Loved or be loved? I want to be loved. Be loved. Being loved gives you more control. Loving someone, especially when they don't reciprocate it, is the worst position that you could be in.
That is a fact.
I would not want that on any person to do.
I think I know how to love someone. I just would like someone that knew how to love me too.
As it should be.
But I mean, I think everyone would get up on a podcast and say that though. Do I really know how to love someone?
No, you don't. And you will never figure it out unless you be with the person long enough. Because when you actually love someone is when you let down your guard. And until you let down your guard, you're not going to ever be able to truly love someone. Because with love, you have to be vulnerable. You have to. You can't truly love someone and not be vulnerable.
You think so? Why?
Yes. Because with a shield over yourself, you're never going to be able to give that person your true self to figure out whether they love you back or not. And if a person has a shield over you, you're loving the shield and not the person. Because how do you love something if you never know everything about it? Or most of the things that would make you love.
Do you think there's still unconditional love out there?
From mothers, that's about it. Love is always on conditions. I'm sorry to tell you. Your mother's going to be the only person that's going to give you unconditional love. Whatever you do inside of your lifetime, she's going to always have love for you. But aside of your partner, as your wife, there's always going to be conditions. If you don't keep up the person that she fell in love with, you're done. You can change as a person to your mom, and your mom is still going to have love for you.
That is true.
You can fall back on life and do the things and not do the things that you were supposed to be doing, and your mom's still gonna have love for you.
That is true.
Let you fall off on the things that your girlfriend or your wife, you're done, bro. Love is on conditions.
That's a fact. It is a fact.
Actually, speaking about conditional love, right? What's the difference between a man loving a woman and a woman loving a man?
What's the difference? Do you have an answer?
Yeah. For a woman, she loves the idea of her man. And for a man, he loves the physical aspect of what she actually is.
I can agree with that.
Because I think that men love to protect. Men will give their all to a woman that he loves. Women are not such the same. And sometimes regardless of what she does, he's still gonna love her. But if a woman feels a certain way, that love could be misconstrued. Men logically love, and women love through emotions.
Okay.
So if you're not able to keep up with those emotions and calm her emotions, she's gonna fall out of love with you.
We were talking on the last episode about competing with other attention, social media, other people. All of that is just accelerating at such a high and fast pace. Like, relationships are really suffering from it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody wants to compete with each other nowadays is because everybody wants to be equal and can't be equal.
life isn't fair.
It's not fair. It's never been fair. I don't know why people are trying to make it fair. Everything has a handicapper on it.
That's a good question. Do you think that it's a righteous endeavor to go out there and try to make life fair?
No, because it's not reality. There's always going to be a person that's bigger, stronger, better, and more capable than you are, even though that you're probably the top.
So you should just work on your strengths and the things that you can use into your advantage to make it unfair in your advantage.
Yes. Make your strengths your best assets, and work on your weaknesses. That's the best that you can do. Because there's always going to be somebody that's going to be better than you. There's always going to be a situation that's going to be not going to be in your favor. That's how life is. Life is unfair. But if you know how to operate within the unfair life, you can make yourself well. But if you try to blame and try to change something that you cannot change, you're never going to get anywhere. And that's what makes people depressed. They live in an unfair life trying to live a different thing than what they're going against the grain than going with the grain. Because that's crazy. That's you trying to walk through a wall knowing that the wall is not going anywhere. You're not breaking through that wall constantly. You're going to continuously hurt yourself.
Gotta charge it to the game.
Yes. Instead of you operating inside those walls, you're trying to operate outside of it. It's not possible. So just understand that life is unfair and just learn to gain an advantage from what you have strengths of. And if you can't get those advantages, then you try to understand how to make those advantages for yourself. But you're still operating in an unfair territory.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's good to close it on.
Yeah. So, men, keep striving to work hard. Understand that nobody cares about you. You got to care about yourself. And that's how others will care about you.
Word, that's a fact.
And women, keep the nurturing nature. Keep being kind. Stop understanding that everybody is supposed to do things for you.
Oh, what you just said, that could be the new intro.
Wow.
That was good. Men, take care of yourself, be selfish, and that's how other people will care about you because you actually have something to give. Women, it's the opposite. They got to care about others because we already automatically care about you. You caring about others makes you more beautiful. We love a selfless woman. She don't have to be selfish.
No.
Men gotta be selfish because we don't have shit.
We gotta make something for ourselves, and then our women can cater towards us to make us better givers.
Word.
Because we have to learn from each other.
Yep.
We have to learn to not be selfish, and women have to learn to be selfless. And that's what the world is wrong about today, is that people are learning to be both selfish, and we cannot operate with each other if we're both selfish. We are out.